The world will say a final goodbye to former President Jimmy Carter. His life is being remembered throughout the day today, and his life after the White House was largely defined by his work with Habitat for Humanity. This morning, I'm joined by Kris McKelvie, the Director of Construction for Habitat for Humanity of North Central Connecticut, to talk about Carter's work with Habitat and his legacy. Thank you for being here.
Oh, my pleasure.
My condolences to the entire Habitat community. Typically, we're on a construction site and we're in hard hats. It's nice to have you on the couch. Kris, big picture, when you heard the news last week, what went through your mind?
It was a mix of mourning, obviously, a great man and a great legacy. And a lot of this past couple of weeks have been a celebration of who he was and what he accomplished.
You and I are at a lot of nonprofit events together, and I always say there are two types of volunteers, especially if they have any notoriety associated with them. There are folks who come up for the picture, and there are folks who roll up their sleeves and do the work. You had the great privilege to be on not one, but two job sites with President Carter.
Correct. With
Habitat. Speak to that experience and what you saw firsthand.
Absolutely. I had the honor of being on a Carter work project in New Orleans and his most recent one in Nashville, Tennessee, which was the last one he was physically able to work on with us. And he is a fantastic leader because, as you said, he's not just a spokesperson and a face. He gets dirty. He's swinging hammers. He's helped work on more than 4,400 Habitat homes.
And what does that do for a nonprofit like Habitat, for somebody to watch or to be there and see somebody of such great influence actually doing the work?
I mean, it's a huge inspiration. We look up to our leaders all the time, but to see somebody actually put his faith and his beliefs into action, that is so meaningful to me and really inspires me every day.
President Carter and his wife were here to help us launch Fox 61 some 40 years ago. It was an honor for us. In our region alone, you folks have helped provide housing for nearly 300 families. What do you think he would make of what's happening locally today?
I mean, Habitat started at the same time that I was born. In 1984 is when Carter got involved. And so he's used to working in small town Georgia, so I think he understands how local community impact is crucial.
What do you think that says about him? You know, people will debate his presidency and whether they're Democrat or Republican, whether they bought into what he did or not. He served one term in office, but he has served decades with Habitat. What does that say to you about his character as a person?
I mean, he spent the first half of his life in giving back to this country through military service and through being governor of Georgia and our president. And then he chose to spend the second half of his life working for humanitarian efforts, especially for Habitat for Humanity. I mean, he epitomizes being a great leader.
Coming up in our 8 o'clock hour, we are so privileged. We're going to be joined by a young woman, Miss Gail, who was the very first Habitat homeowner in the capital city of Hartford. She has a beautiful story to tell in her own right. But what do you think President Carter would make of the success story with someone like this young lady?
I mean, he's been firsthand witnessing families and the success that Habitat has had on them. These homeowners get a safe, decent, affordable home to raise their families, and that increases their education rates and their success in this world. And I can't wait to share Gail's story with you.
Habitat is one of those organizations that I think most people have heard of them at this point. It's a great, that is great in itself. But for folks who might be giving Habitat a second look, as it's talked about quite a bit with the passing of President Carter, how can they help? Like, where can somebody assist you if they want to roll up their sleeves and get involved here?
The great thing about Habitat for Humanity is we have affiliates across the world. And so if you want to get involved here in Hartford County, you can check out our website at hfhncc.org.